Yo, 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 it's your player partner, Young AJ.
What's up? This is J16, the 16, the 16th letter.
And you're tuning in right now with The Smoker's Opinion.
The Smoker's Opinion, where we stay smoking.
And we're giving our opinion about everyday life situations
Daily
and
reflections.
and daily current events. And so today we wanted to talk about, life reflections and how everything when you're younger comes back to you when you're older.
Comes back to haunt you sometimes, man. Beware.
And what's crazy about that is the fact that, in life, when we're younger, we have the imagination of we can do whatever we like and whatever we want whenever. And, we don't have to worry about the consequences. And in some points, yeah, that's true. But then once you start getting older, that's when you start realizing that the stuff that you used to do when you were younger, you can't do right now, or you can't do anymore because there's a lot of consequences behind it.
Consequences.
And what was crazy is that the people that you hung around with when you were younger, you end up finding yourself around when you get older, but just in a different face.
Right.
And that's what I want to talk about is the fact that, there are some times where people say they have no regrets, but I feel that at times that there are people out there that do have that regret of, damn, if I never did this, maybe I wouldn't be right here.
Like Ho said, man, you got to learn to live with regrets. You know what I'm saying? That's a part of the game, man. You know what I'm saying? And, hey, that's why it pays to try to acquire wisdom at a young age and learn from others' mistakes so you make less errors in your ways.
I mean, yeah, because, and the thing is, though, some people don't really learn from their mistakes. They just realize what they did before and how they got caught. They realize that they should just, they figure out a way to do the same thing they did, but just make sure they don't get caught. And then there are some people that actually do learn from their ways and realize that they don't go back out and do the same thing they just did. They got them caught,
Yeah, some people have to learn from the school of hard knocks. I think that's most people. Most people want real life experience. But there's a very few select people that learn from other situations and avoid the same mistakes, you know what I'm saying? And therefore, it puts them in a better position to get to first place quicker, you know what I mean?
Exactly. And the thing is that when you try to rush to get older, when you try to rush things, the reward that you get is not as good as you expect. And that's when people start realizing, like, damn, I messed up. And so it's like, do you realize that you messed up and be like, wow, okay, maybe this isn't for me? Or do you realize that you messed up and be like, all right, you know what? I'm just going to go back and do the same thing, but just with a different person, or I take a different route. But it's still going to be in that same category of what I just did. And
can you give me some examples of what you're talking about?
So, you know how, say someone goes out there and they, rob a bank. And they rob a bank and they get caught. So they get out of jail and then they realize, all right, I'm going to go rob another bank, but just with another person. Yeah. And this time I'm going to have a smarter plan. That's not learning from anything. You're not learning from nothing. You're just learning from you're just learning from the mistake that you had within your plan. And now you're going to go back and change it, but you're not learning from anything.
Maybe putting somebody else in the mix is, changing it up enough to learn that the first person they robbed the bank with didn't work out right, and they learned from that and said, I'm going to add a new piece to the puzzle and put somebody else in the game that's ready to do the damn thing. And so you never know. People can learn from that.
I mean,
they still repeated the same actions.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like, so are you really?
That's for you to decide whether it was right or wrong.
Yeah, but are you really learning from it?
Maybe they did. Maybe they had to put another person in play, to do it and pull it off the heist a little easier.
But my question is, are you learning? Is he learning from it in the good way, or is he learning from it in the bad way? And people can learn from something in the bad way and go back off and do what they just did, like we just said. Maybe having somebody else in the mix can mess everything up. So maybe he learned it, and maybe that person is learning from his mistakes in a bad way by trying to go back out and do the same thing.
Well, good or bad, who's to decide? You know what I'm saying? People are going to do what they want to do. If you are a professional bank robber, then that's your motherfucking calling. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can say it like that. Who's to say that he wasn't ordained by the universe to be a bank robber. You know what I'm saying?
But we just want to say also this is season 2. You know, episode 1 is just a startup.
Season 2.
This is a kickoff to season 2. We had a
a fresh new feel to it. You know
we had a nice little preview for season 1, and we want to thank all the viewers and all the listeners for listening.
So this is our YouTube channel now, The Smoker's Opinion. Hit the like button,
and
hit the subscribe button,
and put in the comments of what you would like for us to talk about, what you want to discuss, and what you have your opinions on, because we have our smoking opinion. And so we want to hear if you have yours.
Yeah, what's your smoking opinion on the facts of the matter? And you can also leave a donation to bring elevation to our situation. You know what I'm saying? If you feel so, inclined to do that.
And also, we are I just want to know, if you guys have any opinions on if you can learn from a situation, whether it's right or wrong, and do you learn from it, or do you just change the fact of your mistake in your plan, and now you got to change it. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said before, and like I've been saying, not a lot of people learn from a mistake. They just
daily reflection of everyday life and every situation that you encounter is key.
Because I was thinking about everything I was doing in life earlier today, and I was just like, did I really learn from some of the things I did?
Did you learn?
Or did I just like try to change up the plan of what I did, so then this time it won't be the same way of last time? And
I do it from time to time. From time to time, if I interact with somebody, I sit back and reflect on, how that conversation went. What could I have done better? What was I thinking about? What was the ultimate goal of the exchange? You know what I'm saying? I try to sit back and think when it comes to different meetings with people. I try to take in and try to find some value in the things that go on. You know what I'm saying? But I don't do that all the time. I'm guilty of more often than not taking in the information that's been conveyed.
I just more of like to find inner peace within myself. So I like to reflect back to the past of what I did and how I am now, and how it changed me, or how it affected my whole life situation, or what could I did better within those situations that can help my life situation now. You know what I'm saying?
It does pay to reflect on every day. At the end of every day, you got to bring yourself to account for your deeds and actions and thoughts and words and feelings. You got to bring yourself to account for these things. You know what I'm saying? Every day. You got to do that. Like when you go into bed after you brush your teeth, sit back and think about what you did throughout that day and just reflect on your actions.
Yeah, because if you don't reflect on your actions, or at least reflect on your life situations of your past, then it's like that saying, if you never know where you've been, how do you know where you're going?
Right.
And
if you out there, you a young eligible player out there in the game, and you trying to knock a pretty young thing, a PYT, a nice looking lady,
let's keep it
like
that. Yeah, let's keep it.
Then if you talk to a girl in public, in general, just out and about, and whether that conversation went well or whether it didn't go well, you need to set some time to take some time aside to think about what you said that went well. How was your energy? How was your overall feel? How was your appearance? You know what I'm saying? Because don't let your appearance be the interference. You know what I'm saying? You got to stay looking sharp at all times. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But you got to sit back and kind of recap. You know what I'm saying? Like they do on Sports Center, and figure out, what did I do? What plays happened that were in my favor? What could I have taken advantage of? What type of things could I have done a little differently to make it a successful experience? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the next time you go out and you talk to a lady, you apply that wisdom, that ism, that knowledge, that game. You apply what you learn. You apply it to your LIFE, and then you have more success.
Yeah, because with me, I feel that you just always have to make sure that, you take account for everything you did to the point of where you are now. And a lot of people do that are successful and that are, high in the leagues is
In business.
because they reflect on the things that they did before, and they know what they want now, and so they take every little piece of the life situation that they had, whether they were good or bad, and they erase, delete, space, and also add in certain things so it can make a big, bold combination of success.
If you're doing a business deal and it doesn't work out, or if you're a young entrepreneur trying to get a business off the ground or a business idea off the ground, and you run into some brick walls, you got to take time to reflect. So the next business deal, you don't have those same problems. Maybe it's just a matter of going back to the drawing board and relearning some areas that you need to tighten up in. Maybe it's have better communication skills. But these are things you need to take into account, finances, to bring to the table on the next business deal so it goes smoothly.
Yeah, exactly. Because business deals are very complicated, because a lot of people can come up with a business, and a lot of people can come up with a business, and a lot of people can have a very good business idea, but once it comes to actually having to get down to it, that's when a lot of people get into that mindset of, I don't really think I can do this. And that's what and that's what we are talking about today with life reflections. And when you're younger, and how people will tell you, oh, you couldn't do something, or you can't do this, so you waste your time away not doing it.
Yeah.
But what you have to do is, take those voices and take those people that said that you couldn't do it, and then go off and show them that you can do it. And
the smoker's opinion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And go off and show them where you can do it, and show them that, you're not going to listen to what they said to you when you were younger. You're going to achieve, and you're going to overachieve, and you're going to keep going, because, doubt to me is just something to motivate. Whenever someone doubting you, I feel that they're secretly motivating you to go off and do it, because they don't think that you can do it, but they also do believe that you can. It's like a 50-50 thing.
Right. But, a lot of people feel like they ain't got nothing to prove to anybody.
I mean, yeah, but also in certain fields, I feel like ego-wise, certain people do feel like they have to prove a lot to somebody, because they feel that either that person they need approval from, or that person they, want to show, hey, you told me I didn't, you told me I wouldn't amount to anything. Sorry. You told me I wouldn't amount to anything, or you told me that I wouldn't be great. But now look at me, you know what I'm saying? And so
that's a good feeling,
and yeah, that is a good feeling. And, and it shows that person like, wow, I should never doubted you, but also if I didn't doubt you, would you still be in that position? And that's
still fuck with me.
And that's the question I want to ask. If, a person doubts you, and you go off and do that thing that person doubted you about, would you still have done that thing if that person agreed with you and said you could do it?
Right.
Because when someone said that you can do something, you're like, hey, I know I can do it, but you end up not doing it because I can do it. It's like this subconscious thing that happens. But when a person says you can't do something, you end up doing it.
Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share this video, you know what I'm saying?
And also you can listen to this podcast. If you don't have the YouTube app or anything, you can listen to this podcast on anchor.fm/thesmokersop. And you can listen to it on Spotify.com/thesmokersop, radiopublic.com/thesmokersop. And
we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. That's our goal right now.
And pocketcast.com/thesmokersop. And yeah, we're just trying to reach the subscribers up. Let's get to 1,000 subscribers. That's our goal.
And then we can start going live.
And and as soon as we hop on, you guys can hop on with us. But yeah, as I was saying before, and as we were talking about, it's just life reflections, and just, take some time out of your day, and go, if you meditate, go meditate and just think about your life reflections and how, life and what you did in your life and how it affect your life now. And if you run or exercise, go ahead and go exercise and think about your life reflections of how you looked before to how you look now.
Yeah, in every situation, you really can reflect on it, you know what I'm saying, and glean something from it. You can take something from it. You can take away some good game. There's always game involved.
Even if something happened to you yesterday that was so bad, you know, you can take a part of that and, you know, add it to what you feel that you should delete out of if you got into a conflict with someone or just a conflict at all, and you just realize what you need to change and just life reflect.
Or if you hit that win, you got a good win out of your life, you know, you got paid, you got laid, you got life in the shade, you got to reflect on what prompted you and caused you to win like that so you can repeat the process, you know what I'm saying? Don't always necessarily reflect on the negatives. Reflect on the positives too, you know, what you achieved, what you accomplished, you know, and, you know, do that again and again and again. Repeat that cycle. We need to repeat a winner cycle, you know what I'm saying? That's a key element to success, man. You know, anybody could be a winner for the day, but you're the man or woman if you could be a winner for a year. You know what I'm saying? Keep it going.
Exactly. So, well, you know, I just want to wrap up the show by saying, you know, just reflect on your life situations, whether good or bad, and, you know, just stay healthy and stay cool out there, and keep your motivation up and keep going, keep grinding, because you never know how far it can take you. So, you know, this has been your player partner, Young AJ.
J16, the 16th letter.
All right, and, you know, tune in for another episode tomorrow morning as we talk about, you know, sports and how do winning a sport, how does winning in the sport, you know, affect real life situations for you and for that person that's winning.
It's not a game,
you know,
but in a lot of ways it is a game.
So tune in for that tomorrow morning, and we will be back with you. And like we said, it's been your player partners. I'm Young AJ.
Don't lose your lighter, J16.
All right, and stay cool, stay successful, and stay smiling,
and stay smoking,
and stay A1. This has been a Smoker's Opinion.